Excuse me. Let me know if you guys could hear it. Okay, yeah, we got the green light. All right, we're good to go. It's been a crazy day so far. I got a tiny shirt that's riding up, but you know what? We're gonna roll with it. I've got yeah, this shirt is just making me very uncomfortable, but fuck it, we're rolling with it, right? Did not expect to be going live out here in this setting, but it is a nice day, and I want to go over like why. Once again, like I say, everything is working out in your favor. I feel like my pecs look very weird. I feel like my pecs look very weird in this. They look like man boobs in this shirt. I'm about to pop this shirt off. Now there's families in this park. I don't want to. I'd rather look weird with some looking man boobs than take my shirt off and reveal pecs. It's just too much going on this morning. But all blessings. Things are always working out in our favor. These thrift store pants are too small for me. This old Dago tee is too small, and it's hot as balls. But here's why everything's working out in your favor. You know, I said I was going to get to spend. I wanted to. I didn't say this, but me and SP were talking yesterday. She's like, "Man, I wish I don't have to work today." Meaning right now. So last night we're having this discussion. She's like, "Man, I wish I didn't have to work today and enjoy the nice weather. Because in Chicago we don't get very much. We get 3 months, 4 months if we're lucky. Um, it's like 80 degrees right now. I love this weather." Um, we're like, yeah, well, too bad we're not hanging out together. You know, I got to do my live and stuff. I'm like, I'm going to try and enjoy the day and this and that. Well, I'm like, I wish I got to spend more time with you. Horrible set of circumstances came up where you don't realize that things do work out in your favor. She didn't feel like going to work. Well, she didn't have to today. So we're going to put some thoughts and prayers towards it. Um, Something happened with a family member getting in a car accident. So hopefully we get all the prayers going. But I was there with her. We went over to the crash site and everything. Person's healthy, happy, healthy, all good. At the hospital right now, getting checked out, and you know that's what led me to the series of circumstances. While he's getting checked out, and she's over there, I came over here to do the live, and I wanted to enjoy the day. And I've been talking to you guys about doing more lives outside. So it's almost everything you speak comes into existence. I've been wanting to do more lives outside. I've been wanting to come over to this park. I've been wanting to spend nice days outside with her. She wanted to have the day off, and granted, it was a horrible circumstance that led us here. But when you learn to see horrible circumstances or ugly things as opportunities for growth and success, and how does that become what I want? Trust me, I've seen things where it's like, this is so ugly. I mean, look at even today. It's like, how does a car crash result in her and the family member becoming closer? And which they already are, but it's like it's like another bond. And then me and her getting closer. She knows that she can lean on me for important things like this, and then me still finding a way to put you guys out there as a priority in my life and make this live, and me getting to enjoy the day where I probably would have just chilled inside at the house and not just did the normal live and went on. Treated myself to a nice blueberry coffee, some Dunkin'. Step up your game. That girl had no. She had a little attitude and just gave me two cold sandwiches. I lied to SP. I told her I only ate one, but I had two, and they were both ice fucking cold. But guess what? Even if it gives me a tummy ache, it's working out in my favor. Anyway, that was just the point. Today I was just really reflecting on that. Like, why am I? I'm rolling up. I'm wearing sweatpants too, by the way. So I'm rolling them up to get some sun on my legs. I look like completely out of place. And there is that always degree of like, oh, what are people gonna think? But I've trained myself now that I don't give a fuck. Let me see. Do we even have comments? Okay, just making sure we don't have no comments and I'm not missing anything. There's a glare with the glasses. Gary, what's up, my brother? It's been a minute since we talked. I've been meaning to reach out to you because actually today, part of this series of circumstances led me to want to send Gary a message because while in transit to this hospital to go take her family member to the hospital, one of the license plates said Gary on it. I'm like, I haven't talked to Gary in a minute, so let me reach out to him today. And now you come in here, for sure validate it. So I'll have to send you a message later on. If I forget, you message me. But it's just funny when you're really quiet and in tune and realize everything's working out in your favor. It's like, oh, this is not exactly what I wanted. Good morning, Queen. What's up to you, Inked? it's like, what, like, how is this working out in my favor? There's so many bad things that are happening, but somehow they work out in my favor. And sometimes I'll tell you, life just keeps, to quote Grand Theft Auto Vice City, he goes, why step my head out of the gutter for one freaking minute and life shovels shit in my face? Well, yeah, life might shovel shit in your face and it might keep shoveling it, but the whole time it's like, trying to look through the shit. How do I, where's the bonus to this? How does this work out in my favor? And the more you keep pushing and figuring it out and looking in that way, you'll see it. Yeah, man, I landed yesterday and I'm around, so buzz me when you're available. I'm sorry to hear this news, but we'll talk. Yeah, for sure, bro. And no, thank you for the well wishes. Everyone's all good. The thing is, like, her relative is healthy and having a good, not having a good time. He's in the hospital getting X-rayed and shit, but healthy other than that. And that's the important thing. Whenever there's a car crash or like something like that, important thing is that you could always buy another car. You could always whatever, which Inked manifest that car myself through this ride too. Wind up going past. I couldn't find my dream car anywhere at any of the dealerships near me. I live by a bunch of dealerships. Through this ride, we go by a car lot I never see. Two versions of my dream car there. I'm like, huh, that's for me, like Reverend Ike used to say. So I also got Connor. If you're in here, you already seen this. He was the first one, client of mine. He got to see this abundant AF hat with the money signs. Look at that. Got the wolf on the back, but apparently we can't put the name on it on the back because it's too little or whatever. But hey, we know what the wolf means. The wolf means you can't fuck this up, and it's all working out in your favor. Nice. But yeah, there's always a good and the bad. That's, and I know I kind of like repeat the same message a lot, and like that's why I said a long time ago, I'm like, oh, I don't like making all these videos of the same topic again and again. I try to find new ways to rephrase it. It's like when I'm in the gym, sometimes you get your, that's why I say go to the gym. The gym gets your juices flowing, get your body moving, get your brain working, and like I come up with new ideas for this. Maybe it's the same topic, but to convey it a different way. You might be working with a client for a period of time, and it's like you think they got it, and then it's like each session, I'm not going to come there and be like I've got one guy, he's doing everything right, but it's like there's like a little bit. It's been like 2-3 weeks now. In the hindsight of things, it's like some people are working way longer than that, but it's like when we're having this delay, it's like it wasn't until the other day where it's like, okay, he's trying this method, trying that, but he's like, I'm not feeling it. It's like, okay, well, at least you have a consistency on it, right? Sometimes like we know how to manifest, we know what techniques we like, we know what feels natural, but we're not putting them into action. The important thing is finding one that works for you and feels natural to you, and then you put it into action. It is your way of communicating with the infinite and your way of saying your desire. So it wasn't until like that session where I'm like, you know what? It's not really your preferred thing, but I want you to try this. And then this method we come up with, it's like, it's kind of unique. I had done it a few times, but it was never really something that stuck for me, but it was something that it did feel decent to me at one time to do this technique. And then like that's been a breakthrough for him. That's been the game changer. So it's all about, like, that's the thing, is finding your blocks, finding what feels natural and going from there. I'm trying to get this cigar lit up. We don't have the nice lighter. Like I said, we're impromptu. I'm going to use the cross to punch it because I don't have anything else. I got a little thin one. It's called Nightcap, but it's morning. So Nightcap in the morning. And we're going to use a cheap little Bic lighter because why? Circumstances don't matter. I also want to give a shout out to, once again, Andrea for being a member of the channel. I'm trying to remember all these things. I want to give a shout out to, I'm not going to say everyone's name who's in there because I don't know if you want to be identified by your name or username, but thank you to your friend, to Still Shorty, and to Eli, because Eli, you commented here too, for being members on the Discord. I know there's not many of us, but I think the perk to that is we all get to talk more. We get to ask more questions and everything. If you guys want to be on the Discord, more than welcome. Thank you to Gary, as always, for moderating, and to Inked for contributing to all the chats as well, and Mitzi for adding plenty of memes and a little success story she threw in there the other day. There's a success story somebody told me the other day that I'm drawing a blank on, but Thank you to Randy for sharing some great videos that I was able to share in there. He's also a moderator, but doesn't have Discord on the phone at the moment. But I appreciate all you guys and love all you guys for all your support. All my coaching clients who've been working with me, I appreciate and love all you guys. You know, like when we're done with the sessions, I'm thinking about your guys' stuff where it's like, I know for those of you doing the monthly stuff, it's like throughout the day, I'm visualizing on your behalf, but thinking, what's going to give another breakthrough? What's something different? Because like I said, I don't like doing another video or doing another session or doing anything where I'm giving you the same, it's all good. Yep, just go ahead, go ahead. And like I said, I've heard about other coaches just like, embody the state. Has it been 30 minutes yet? Has it been 40 minutes? All right, I'll talk to you next time you pay me. Like, no, I'm trying to give something different each time. That was not the cigar. That was probably that fucking cold sandwich coming back up, making me want puke. Anyway, it's a great day at the park. I didn't even prepare for this, so I'm shooting from the hip as I always do. But I know we're gonna achieve a lot of great things. But I think today is like the perfect lesson of like what you're visualizing and what you're manifesting is always coming into fruition. What you talk, like your self-talk and everything you say to yourself, it happens. Like it's good, bad, or ugly, it's going to come into fruition. So that's why I say only speak lovingly. If and like when you have these opportunities, there's this saying, and it's more of a religious one, but I like the meaning to it because it attributes to manifesting. Like I told it to SP earlier. When you want strength, God gives you things to make you strong. And I'm butchering this now. It's much more poetic in the actual thing. It's like if you want wisdom, He gives you problems. If you want, what's the other one? Wisdom, knowledge, whatever you want. There's something. I was much more eloquent when I put it to her in a message, and it was still butchered from the original thing. But basically, that's where the opportunities come in. You want something. Like I said, I wanted to be a better coach, and I didn't care what it took. I got hit with a shitload of problems and circumstances, and there's still some things that I don't see as problems or circumstances. I don't see anything as a problem or circumstance anymore. I see it as a learning and growth opportunity to learn a new, not maybe to learn a new technique, but to implement something, to have been somewhere that I know one day I'm gonna have a client on, so I can give you the receipt on that of what I did and see if that helps you. I'm gonna make videos while I'm stuck at home. There you go. See, you're turning a circumstance into an opportunity. And Ink just started a channel too. I've not promoted it because I've been, let's just be real, I've been lazy. But I think you said you shared it in the comments or something. So if you remind me later, I will share that. Oh, the kids ain't listening to them. But everything is a problem. Everything is not a problem. It's an opportunity. So every problem is an opportunity to learn something, to become the better version of yourself, to become a master manifestor, to figure things out. That damn dude's distracting me. The opportunity here and the learning opportunity here is to reaffirm that you were right, Nick. You should not want kids. But I'm trying to keep let's just I don't know, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't really have a preparation time for this because today's been an on the fly day and I don't know when she's gonna text me to come back to the hospital. So but let's see. I will. The channel Ink Manifestations. Thank you. I see the bridge to make me get the stuff. You get this stuff. Hey, Race Car Randall is here. There you go, my man. He's watching too. He's up and he just sent me a text right now. But anyway, yeah, as always, I appreciate you guys. Race Car, I don't know how you had kids. I see that man just going to town screaming and they just don't listen. I guess today's more of a hangout because the only lesson I just keep thinking about is, man, SP wish she had the day off work today and then something bad happened. But through that bad stuff, it wound up being a day where she's connecting with her family more, learning that she could lean on me more and that she had the day off. I wanted to spend it with her and I've gotten to spend a lot of time with her today. Maybe not in the ideal circumstance, but still got to spend it. So, you know, that's where I take the positive out of it. You know, manifesting money and stuff like that. I had wound up like while I'm doing all these visualization stuff, I had more bills slapped on me in that time, and I was like, you know what? I always receive checks in the mail. Here's a little manifestation. So I always receive checks and money in the mail. I don't get bills or checks in the mail because I don't use the regular mail. Now, that came out in that movie, The Secret. The guy's like, oh, I always receive money in the mail. We don't get mail like that, most of us anymore. It's like all your stuff is e-receipts. It's all on the phone. Tell me why, shortly after saying that, like, and more bills rack up, the little thing, like this is what I'm saying, you got to hinge on the little things and use those as motivation to drive you. I open up the mailbox, I get a little letter, and I'm about to throw away all this junk mail. As I flip it over to throw it out, see a little clear box on there with $1 in there. I'm like, they put a fake dollar in here? Open it up, there's $2 in there, and it says, I'm a Nielsen family. And I'm like, wow, I don't have a family living here, and it's a condo, but hey, and I don't watch TV. But hey, that's cool. I appreciate the money. And I'm like, God, that's God sending me money. Abundant AF, right? So I took that $2, and it was like from there, and then I had my overtime stolen and all that stuff. And I was like, no, I'll make 3 times as much. Then all of a sudden I get a monthly subscriber for the clients. And then I had somebody sign up for the membership channel, which I forgot, which is Andrea. So shout out to you again. I still have to try to figure out doing another live stream. It might just be an intimate me talking to you unless other people sign up for it. But I will promote that more when I do it. But it was like more little opportunities. Then the guys who were taking the overtime all leaned off it. Yeah, and there was a little bit of work involved in it, but it ain't too much work. And then all of a sudden, the work is unveiled. Like there's a bunch more opportunity for that. And then I received an opportunity from someone came through a client, a chance of, financial freedom almost, and pretty much. And I was like, wow, all this negative shit just kept getting shoveled in my face. But I relaxed and detached. Actually, right before this live, I don't know if he's watching, but shout out to, I don't want to say anyone's name, but shout out to the client who messaged me about sending me a payment, which I had detached from that situation. It was like, all you could really do, I do my visualization, my inner conversations, write my letters, whatever I'm doing for whatever situation, or I just trust. I mean, just trusting is cutting the middleman out. The techniques are the middleman, but sometimes you got to use that middleman to get you to your destination because you're not sold on your own detachment enough. And detachment is not quitting, it's walking in faith, as I always say. Me with my lack of timing too. Unfortunately, we don't have too many comments or viewers, but I appreciate all you guys who are here. So usually I do rely heavily on you to drive the chat. That's all right. We'll figure it out. There's also lessons in everything too. Lessons and blessings and everything. And sometimes I hear a set of circumstances. It's like, man, that's a lot of circumstances. Even in my own world, it was like, I don't know the way out of that. But all I know is like, I want to get you guys to the state where I am. It's like, I don't know how, but I think it's going to be a miracle. I can't wait to see the miracle unfold when it does. Like, that's just, I don't know, the biggest lesson to take away of this whole thing. That coffee looks delicious. It does. I'll have to send you one. I don't know if the Dunkin' app works across state lines. Like a firearm, you can't transfer Dunkin' across state lines. I did consider having a manifesting friend on here for a success story. I reached out to another big creator for a collab, and I sent a link to the channel. So, if that creator happens to look now and see that I'm stumbling and bumbling through here, maybe give it away a little bit. I said she, but most of the manifesting teachers are female. But she'll pop on and be like, man, he's struggling. Let me help him out by making a video with him. Or she'll say, wow, I really like his realness and his genuineness that he doesn't care. He'll just sit down and do it. But hopefully she watches the actual videos where you guys derive the content from. Ugh. Trying to think. Guys, help me drive this chat. I should have did like a Q&A type thing on the Discord or something. So has been blowing. OSP has been blowing up my phone ever since I started setting boundaries and letting go. Yet always writes so, and letting go of the needing validation. Exactly, Inked. It's funny because it's like your stuff has been like mine. It was like up, down, you got it, you don't got it, you got it, you don't got it. And why? What was the only thing? And like in my story, you were able to see it, and in mine, I was able to see it for you. And now towards the end, you're realizing more like, yeah, you do see it. There's another car I always wanted, Pontiac Firebird. That's how my brain goes. It's like I'm on one thing and I go off real quick and I come right back. But your journey was very similar to mine, and you're still on it. But it's like, you know, it's like releasing that detachment. You're setting your boundaries. So one, you're not getting walked all over. So that gives you more of a chance to build up your self-concept. Two, you're focused on yourself. So that's more self-concept work. You're detached from it, not needing validation, which in a way that is self-concept now, but it's also trusting the process by detaching from it. So it is all working out in your favor. And those three things, I mean, look, that was a breakthrough for me, a breakthrough for you. But now the problem for yourself, including and myself, that we both have struggled with, was once the manifestation arrives, can you hold it? Like, I've had the things where money comes in, but money goes out right away when I'm manifesting money. But that's all right because I'm abundant as fuck. And when money comes in, I just circulate it. It goes up, it comes back in. Circulate, like Reverend Nike says. Ooh, I'm not on game today. I'm not gonna lie. It's bad affirmation, but I'm not. Race car, drive the chat. Say something from a manifesting point of view. I would love to have Race Car on here too. He's got a crazy manifesting success story. And it was before either one of us really knew that much about manifesting. And it's an SP one. Then after he learned about manifesting, he's on a mega abundance one. He just wrote, I need one of them hats. Yeah, bro, I'll get you one. I'll hook you up. Look at this. It got the little mystic wolf on the back and everything. That's how we are. We're abundant as fuck. I've had a busy, yeah, I have had a busy morning. It's like I woke up, I was planning to go home, shower up, hit a workout maybe, then shower up, have some meals, get myself all organized and all that. And it's like, nope. It was pretty much a crazy morning. I go to leave SP's house. She goes to go to work, calls me. She's like, could you come back? I need you. And then I come back and then we go into today's adventure. But that's another thing too, looking at every day as an adventure. And you know what? Here's a little bit of a jumping off point. I don't know if this girl's going to be watching the channel, but it's someone who I grew up with. Um, I don't even think I told her the name of the channel. She's probably not. But I grew up with this girl. And, you know, a lot of people used to say when I was younger too, like one of my best friends said, you were always depressed. You always seemed very sad and depressed and stuff. I always had the idea of like money's very hard to get, you know, financially, watching my parents struggle, watching that lead to bad relationship problems, making me not want to get married, thinking money's hard to get. You know, I got to do something big to prove something. So like, and I've talked about a little bit about the way I grew up before and what I've seen growing up, where it's like, you know, people are in this very negative money mindset. Money's not going to come to us. Like, we're not supposed to be rich and stuff like that. And like, just doom and gloom. Well, I seen this girl, she posted on her story the other day, and it was like crying about like how she doesn't feel like she's accomplished anything with life. And I was actually going to stitch her thing. She did a TikTok about it too for the Mystic channel. I was going to stitch her thing into the Mystic channel's TikTok. But like about like she was trying affirmations, I guess. She goes, I'm just saying them out loud. When do you start to feel them? Let me be real. Let me talk about that story too. Manifestation affirmations. Inked, you're an affirmation queen, so you might feel differently on this. But for me, it was always very hard to sell affirmations. General affirmations, yes, I could do. That's why you can't fuck this up and it's all working out in your favor have always been go-tos for me. Or I'm no more than 2 weeks away from a miracle. Or what is it? Even Lily's affirmation, God got me. That's a good one too. It's like general things like that have been easier sells for me on affirmations because you're not attached to a specific situation. Because sometimes when you are, it's like her thing was about failing in school and stuff like that. So like she's in college and I guess struggling and stuff. But like and saying about how she doesn't feel happy about anything, she has no accomplishments and stuff. First of all, anyone who says they have no accomplishments, either you have absolutely tried to do nothing forever, or you don't give yourself enough credit. And gratitude is important because you have to give yourself the credit. So, you know, looking back now, I'm very proud about where I came from, but getting lost in the trees, so to speak, like trees in the forest, like that line, getting so lost in the trees you don't see the forest. Back then, race car, you're here, you could attest for this. Back when you met me, I was 19 years old at the most depressed time of my life. Every day I'd leave work, I would fucking stare at the train tracks and think, how do I slip and make this look like I fell onto the train tracks and my parents won't be upset because it was an accident, which is stupid because obviously they would if a kid fell on the train tracks. Like that was the dark place. That's where race car met me when I was 19 years old at that state. And I felt I had not accomplished anything. Looking back on that time, I felt like a loser, but looking back, I was doing stand up. I did maybe 6 bouts of it, but I was writing every day. I was performing sets for friends in the basement. I was getting ready to do stuff. I was writing skits. I was trying to do skits and flopping at them. I was trying a podcast with Race Car. We went and made a short film in that time. Um, I went out. I worked on other people's films. I was going downtown to all these auditions, and like none of it turned out to be the big thing. I was looking for the big thing, the end result, and it's gonna be corny as fuck. Let's quote Miley Cyrus, where she's like, "Life's about the journey." It was. It was the whole fun part about it was about the journey. Because looking back, it's like, man, I did all that stuff, and then after quote unquote failing at it, but I can't fuck this up. I learned a bunch about video editing, cameras, and stuff like that. So then I was able to help other people with their goals too. So what was it? Me and Race Car, we were starting out too. I remember this idea just popped in my head. If you're still here, bro, is we wound up getting a job doing it was his job. I just tagged along on it, but it was like shooting a rap music video. I have no interest in shooting a rap music video, but I was helping him out. There's a chance to run with some good cameras and stuff like that, and make it as like you're working in the industry to it a little bit. So it was looking back, it's like, yeah, I have accomplished a bunch of stuff. But so when someone tells me that, they're like, oh, I've never accomplished anything, and I just feel like a loser, and I don't know when I'm supposed to feel good. The good thing is too, what do I say? Everything has no meaning unless you give it a meaning. So you can take a horrible situation, give it a meaning. You could give it a positive meaning. Oh, this hasn't worked out because it was training me to do something that I'm better suited for, or because the timing wasn't right, I'm still learning something, or because the story is going to get so much better, it's changing your perspective on things. And when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, right? So it's like, there was always a reason that there's always a reason to be proud of yourself is the point. And the more you feel bad about yourself and self-pity, yeah, sometimes you need to emotionally purge it a little bit. If you got to cry, you got to sit around and be depressed, you got to listen to some sad lo-fi detective music. POV, you're a detective in the 1940s and smoke a cigar and sit quietly in a room and just meditate and think on life. Do it, but don't stay there lamenting in the bad. Switch it to, oh, I'm a positive force for good. Imagine the story. Imagine how strong I became for this particular thing. And if I want it, now I know how to harness the power of manifesting. And there are no opposites, and there are no failures, and there is no misdirection. All you're doing is you're misdirecting. You're not failing. You're misdirecting your manifestation. So what about all this stuff? Nick, I'm perfectly clear on what I want. I'm visualizing it, this and that, and I'm wavering and stuff, but I'm really afraid of the wavering. Or it's like, when you really break it down to a core, yeah, you'll still get your manifestation. Okay, yeah, it's this specific person. It might take a little bit longer to get to them because you got so much resistance on it, and then you're not grateful for the other people coming in or the other opportunities coming in the meantime. So it's like, once again, those who have nothing, more will be taken away. So you're focused on lack at that point because you don't have that one specific desire, but other people are coming in offering you love and acceptance and happiness, right? What is the reason you want SP? For love, acceptance, happiness, and fulfillment. You want SP because you want those things. When other people are giving it to you, yes, it's birds before land, and yes, you should use it as a sign that's going to get you your specific person, but you should embrace those feelings while they're being given to you. It's almost a cheat sheet from the universe giving you those things so you can embody them and feel them in the 3D, because it means you're feeling them. Yeah, cold sandwich coming back. You're feeling them a little bit in your mind and in the 4D, then you're getting traces of it in the 3D, and then now it's going to lead you up to your full manifestation. But along the way, you just got to use that little 3D feedback to further fuel your 4D and then get yourself to that. Stop looking at things along the bridge as like, oh, well, the bridge is already unfolded and I don't like where it's at. If you don't like where it's at, roll out some more bridge and just keep waiting for it. Always live. Always live every day as an adventure. Never stop life because of SPR. Exactly. And I said, sorry, guys, I don't know what's in my throat right now. That's a dirty joke, and that's what she said, but oh my God, I'm going to die. If I die, just know I did what I loved as I died. Cover up the mic. I forgot I got a mic on. Sorry for anyone's ears who got this. Hold on. It's not even the cigar. I don't know what this is. All right, let's try again. Still working out in my favor. This is a physical manifestation of what I'm preaching. We still continue on. All right. I lost my train of thought. Could somebody please square me up again? I was fighting for my life. Drink coffee. I forgot I had the coffee too. Race car, I know you love that meme. I'm fighting for my fucking life. Man. Anyway, it all works out in your favor. Oh yeah, live your life. That was like, so I say I have no regrets over my life. Even the bad stuff I don't regret because it's helped me get to where I want to be right now. But my only, if I had to change something, it would have been living more when I didn't have what I want. So if you don't have the money you want, you don't have the status you want, you don't have the SP, you don't have the clothes, you don't have the car, you don't have the car you want, drive your shit box like it's a fucking Lamborghini. You don't got the SP you want, give yourself the love that you're desiring or craving from there. Somebody else is showing you love and you're interested in them too. Don't miss that opportunity. Take it and live it. Because, you know, at the same time, while everyone is you pushed out and SP hears you and they are, what's up, Courtney? Oh, great success story the other day too, by the way. I never responded to you. I was in the middle of work when you sent me that. But it's like when it's like you don't have the SP, give yourself that love and validation. Somebody new comes in, okay, and you want to take that opportunity and that chance, take that opportunity and chance. You don't want to take it, don't take it. You know, what's another thing? You don't have the money you want? What little date idea can you do? What kind of little adventure can you have with the little money you have and then make it feel like a big adventure? Everything's all about feeling. You ever feel more? Well, send them over. I can't wait to hear them. I meant to respond to that one the other day too. I was like, oh, there we go. That came out one of the days where, you know, this 3D was trying to crush me with some work at work. Look at that. Blessings and receiving. Mystics log. Is there anybody there? Anybody there? Oh, look at that. And another message from my mom. She made some mac and cheese, which is her world famous mac and cheese that I just happened to be talking about yesterday with SP about how she needs to try my mom's mac and cheese and how great it is. Now all of a sudden she made it. I was talking to a client about what amount of money would make me quit my day job and go full time into Mystic. I said, oh, if I had a year to just go full time all day long, Mystic, I would need $100,000 and I'd walk away from it. That same client sets up a deal that's $100,000 deal the next day, and like, granted, that's his money and his life and his stuff that he's doing. It has no impact on me, but the fact that we kept talking about that subject and that number kept popping up, boom. Me and SP were eating mac and cheese and we kept talking about my mom's and I described how it looks. I almost tasted it as we're talking about it. I'm visualizing it and then I dropped it. I went about my day. Me and her had our night, and then today comes along, all this stuff happens, completely forgotten, and my mom's talking about that mac and cheese now. One of my affirmations, I always receive gifts. I'm not very good at, this is a negative affirmation, but something I'm difficult at. I've had 2 clients offer to give me gifts in the past week, and it was very hard for me to accept, but you know, that's a self-concept thing too. Believe that you deserve it. Somebody wants to give you something because what you've done is you've provided value to their life, then accept it. Don't, you know, you could be humble and say no thank you, but if they keep insisting, then say yes. I'm working on everything we talked about. It's helping. I'll send you voice notes on my way to the gym. Sounds good. I still got to hit the gym too myself. tell mom for me that she isn't if she isn't watching. Oh, I'm sure she's watching. Mom, if you're there, you could say hi to Ink. I don't know if you're there. Sometimes she won't comment on it because she's like, oh, I don't want you to get embarrassed. But then other days she don't care. She's balls to the wall in this chat. So going to manifest my mom a new job, but she ain't working for nobody else. She's going to be working for Mystic or Flex Entertainment or the Nick and Lily Show or unannounced podcast slash channel that's going to be getting started in the later future, actually with somebody that was connected through this channel. But that's down the road. We got a while to get to that one. Not a limiting belief, just it's going to take some setup and stuff. I'd say maybe next 2 months that one. But I can give my mother a job doing that instead of working for somebody else. Because if you're rolling with Mystic, you ain't taking shit off nobody else. And if I can't physically help you, then I'm training you to work this so you can work yourself out. What's Reverend Ike say? It works if you work it. So it works if you work it. You want to be away from someone who's treating you like shit? You can do that. Look at even SP. She didn't wind up leaving her job. And the other person didn't wind up leaving the job. They just wound up separating while staying in the same department. Look at me. I had this guy just shut his fucking mouth without me even having to be like, hey, shut your fucking mouth, bro. I'm going to put your head through that fucking wall. That didn't even have to happen. Maybe verbally in my inner conversation, that conversation happened and a subconscious fear reached, but I was mainly sending love, like hey, yeah, I hope you're doing well. You know what? You need to steal overtime. You're 60-year-old like little bitch. Okay, you steal the money. And then in the end, I wound up getting more overtime in general than him, probably. In the maybe not the long run, but in the latter part of it, I wound up getting most of it. And if I don't, it got made up for in other sources. So, nobody can take your happiness. This is another thing. Nobody can take your happiness or give you happiness other than yourself. You take a situation or a person and you all of a sudden decide, oh, I feel happy because this person made me feel this way. This person made you feel that way? Oh, I feel bad because this person did this. Someone did something and it changed you? Yeah, I get it. Some things, there are very horrible situations that happen to people where, yes, it can affect you. But the fact where something bad could happen and it's traumatic and stuff to continue bothering you again and again and again, that's where you start getting strong and you realize I'm putting this horrible situation behind me. I'm moving forward. That no longer affects me. This circumstance no longer affects me. This pain no longer affects me. I choose to not feel this way. And simple to just say that. And then the feeling it and putting yourself in that state is the battle. But in the long run, it's like, no, you do not grant anyone permission to make you feel any way you don't want to feel. Reverend Ike must believe to achieve. Reverend Ike. My mom always used to say that too. Believe it to achieve it. And my grandpa used to say, with the mind can conceive and you truly believe, you will achieve. That was my grandpa's line, and my mom always said that too. Reverend Ike is a trip. Reverend Ike is hilarious. I love how he preaches. After our talk, I've been more loving and caring to random people and situations. And out of the blue, people have been offering me big things. Exactly, Courtney. Yeah, the thing is, this was like a thing when I was trying to make it or whatever. I thought I was going to be the next big Hollywood star and stuff like that. Before I realized I don't have any interest in joining that evil cult of bullshit. I would like to still make films and stuff on a level of like people being able to watch them. But even if I don't have receive as many viewers as that, I just want to make the films. But anyway, when I was in that point, it was just like, I'm better than this neighborhood. I'm gonna make it out of this neighborhood. I don't want nothing to do with all these people out here. Like, I'm better. And you know what? Life just kept kicking me in the balls, because then life's like, I'm undefeated and I'm better than you. And it was like you're in a constant competition in a war and nothing's good enough. So if nothing's good enough, then nothing is good. So when I started realizing everything is good, and it took this whole journey, it took all the pain and suffering I went through on the SP journey, and then two, the life journey. It's like those two very painful things to go through of like just negativity. You get knocked down, get back up, knocked down, get back up, knocked down, get back. I've been knocked down and got back up so many times. No wonder my knees and back have problems. But now I'm standing, and even with my horrible flat feet, I'm still standing and they don't hurt. And I don't got no pain, and I don't need to go to a doctor. I think I'm a little older than you guys. I'm from the Northeast, and my dad and I used to watch him on the TV in the 80s. So never heard of him until I started learning about. I also never heard of him either. But I think you guys are close. I think maybe Courtney, I actually don't know how old you are, but you might be a couple years older than me. My assistant called me the other day and said he ran out of room on his property to garden and asked if I could come redo the whole yard so he could have more space. Nice cap, beautiful day. God bless everybody. Thank you, Bart. Good to see you, and I appreciate it. This hat will be available when I launch the merch. And I realized there was some misprints in some of the merch because I was fearing that the merch wasn't good enough. Then all of a sudden, something I looked at so meticulously again and again and again, it's almost like the 3D had changed it, and the wrong spelling one appeared on there. So, what's up, Still Shorty? I gave you a shout out in the beginning of this. I was shouting out everybody who's part of the membership of the channel or the membership on Discord. So I was shouting you out too. So I appreciate you. I'm almost 44. I'll be 47. Yeah, that's actually Ink. That's older than I thought. I thought Ink was 44 too. Look at that, Ink, for your self-concept right there. I could have swore Ink was 44 or 43. Oh, well, my photographic memory is only good for so much. Names, faces, and stories. Gen X holds up good. Ink, you're 47 looking 30. SP's 47 look going on 65. So don't ever beat yourself up ever again. Brother, what's your take on the feeling of a bit of anxiety after dropping the seed? Bart, I think that's normal. And I don't know if you're someone who's always anxious or like panic attacks or like horrible anxiety and looking for the worst and overthinking. I know I was. I don't identify with it anymore. But I was like that. I mean, there were so many times I dropped the seed, thought I was good, then I'm good for a day or two or three, and then I see something, and it reminds me of something bad, and then it starts getting in my head, and then messing with my head, and then I feel horrible, and I'm like wavering, and I'm not wanting to be part of like what do you call it? I don't believe my end scene anymore. But then it's like when you pick up, I don't dig the seed up and check on it, or if I accidentally dug the seed up and checked on it, I just put it back in and leave it alone, and then it's like just the persisting through the negativity is the important part. Feral woman hates better. I've been exploring my feelings with SP and also really working really hard on my self concept. I notice my love for SP goes deeper than what I've been telling myself. Well, it's good. So now you know your desire Still Shorty. So it is at the end of the day, it's knowing your desire. There's nothing wrong about wanting SP or not wanting SP. It is, you know, doing what do you call it? Let's say it's knowing exactly what you want. And once you do that, you're solidified that's what you want, not out of validation, not out of that's the best you're gonna get, not out of whatever, but once you've soul searched and realize, okay, this is the best that I want, not that I can get, the best I want, then good, go for it. Nope, 3 years from 50. Yeah, I stared at his picture last night. I was like, why? Why was he ever on a pedestal? Yeah, exactly. I never understood that. Courtney and Ink, you guys have so many like similarities too on your SP journey. Your SPs look like brothers. So I got a dream question. It'll take me a minute to type because I'm on hills. Go ahead, type it up. I'm still waiting on everything. Let me check my text messages. Make sure everything's all good over with that. Okay. Still no message from SP about going back to the hospital. What are your experiences? With all of that? I look like a tool with the glasses now. What are your experiences with Birds Before Land with SP? All of my friends and siblings have had exes come back recently. My confidence is high, and girls keep paying attention to me. I see signs of synchronicity. Stan, I will say this. There is birds before land that come as we hear the birds. I just actually tuned in on the birds right there. I take that as a sign too. Signs are whatever you, oh, there's bugs before land too in my eye. Nice. I hate the bugs. Anyway, birds before land, I've always taken it as a sign. Okay, you see your siblings and your friends have SPs come back. You take that as a sign. You take me saying birds before land. You take my story, birds before land. Do you believe those are birds before land? Okay. Is it getting you in the excited feeling and the expecting feeling? Good. Then it is a sign. Same way people see the angel numbers and like, it's a sign. But to me, I just see numbers. But you know what? I take all the help I could get. I see an angel number, I go into an unseen visualization or an affirmation, and I move about my day. I just drop it after that. So you see a bird before land and be like, that's for me. I see my dream car. I don't got the money for my dream car right now, but I see it. I say, that's for me. That's a Reverend Ike one. You see something you want, you say, that's for me, instead of, I wish I could have that. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be wonderful? Wouldn't it be wonderful if works as well, as long as you're daydreaming in that direction? But wouldn't it be wonderful if, in a negative way, is it's not living in the end? So you take whatever you believe is a sign or whatever feels like a sign as a sign, because you could turn anything into a sign. You just say, wow, the sun came up today. That's a sign, even though we know it comes up every goddamn day. But you just say, wow, it came up today, so that's a sign. But whatever is a sign and a bird before land, you make it a bird before land. But that one is almost directly. But it all is all your personal preference on what you believe. Everybody could believe that, but you might just think, oh, they all got it and I didn't. That isn't fair. If you come from that mentality, then it ain't a sign. We both like Santa. Yeah, you guys do both like Santa. I'm faithful, it's done, but sometimes I get a bit of anxiety that kicks in. When I move on to other things, I keep reminding myself as I'm never forget. Exactly, bro. Yeah, if you move on to other things, like you don't have to, because it's like when you detach and do all this other stuff, like today, like I had a quick couple of money things as I was waking up, like obviously me and SP had to go out to go get her family member from the car crash. But like before all that, I was waking up, I was doing that, I put on this new hat, and I'm like, abundance, fuck, money comes to me, and every money, all the money I'm owed or whatever comes to me easy and effortlessly. That's it. I forgot I even said that till like right now. But I kind of go through my little bit of gratitude. Every morning's a little bit different, but I try to be grateful for roughly the same things, slip in some other things. I forgot about it, and then somebody just messaged me, hey, I don't think I forgot about owing you money, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, it's like, it was something I intended for like, but it's like I didn't remember, because your subconscious and God knows exactly whatever you want. So like, just relax and let it know it's done. If you want to go and focus and enjoy something else and they pop into your head, hit a quick affirmation, feel good about it, then continue doing what you were doing and enjoying your life. I had a dream about my SP that we were together. Then during the dream, he did something from my imaginal scene, like straight up, not even in the dream. I was like, oh shit, I am assuming that means I imprinted my subconscious. Does that mean it's done? It's planted? Courtney, yes, I always took that as a sign, but then even after that, sometimes I would still do like the techniques, because the techniques make me feel good. The biggest thing I can impress on you guys, the techniques don't manifest anything. It's your belief system manifest it. The techniques help you. I'm sorry, I feel like there's bugs and stuff all over my face right now, and pollen or whatever. But the techniques don't manifest it. The techniques are tools to get you to the feeling of the manifestation done. So then that dream does it. Like usually when it slips into the dream world, okay, it is impressed. But you feel a little anxious in a couple days or something like that. You haven't thought about them a couple days. Maybe a dream hasn't come by. Do it again, or just keep going to sleep with it. And if you forget to go to sleep with it, that also means that you're impressed too. Like if you forget to do a technique, it's like, wow, I'm so impressed. I don't even need to do any techniques. Yep, that's it, Courtney. Just like, oh, looking for it and focusing. Yep, I had the same thing as Courtney. It's a very good sign. Exactly, Bart. Thank you, Ethan. Bart, don't worry about the bugs. Sun's out, guns out, brother. Oh yes, thank you. I'm trying. Oh, the shirt's too small and it's making me look like I got man boobs. It's riding up. And this morning I left the house in a hurry, and I wound up going commando. So I'm worried about bugs going in my butt. Now I guess I'm manifesting that because I'm worried about it. Bugs in Florida, blah. I don't like any bugs in anywhere. But I got this shirt riding up on my back, and I got these pants. I'm wearing sweatpants and they're flooding out. I'm in my pajamas, damn it, but I'm making do with the situation I'm placed in. I got to sleep feeling happy, secure, satisfied. I do sats first thing in the morning. and then in midday, there you go. And if you don't feel like doing it in midday or you forget or whatever, that's no big deal. But it's like that's the feeling you're chasing. Going to sleep every night, like Neville says, don't go to sleep every night in a bad mood. Go to sleep in a good mood. So even if you don't believe it and you had a bad day or something, put yourself in the. Oh, this is nasty. Yeah, I never seen a cigar do that. Oh well. Do good. We call that the Philly tuxedo. I've got to get a wolf hat because of summer camp. Are they up for sale? I'm going to launch them this weekend. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to have the flat brim Mystic one, this one, the Mystic baseball cap with the net hat, and I think that's it for now. And I'll have the Mystic shirt and the tank top, which they're unisex. Taking the sweatpants out because yes, I have bigger legs and a big ass, but I took off. I bought a large sweatpants. They were like leggings on me. I bought an extra large. They were like leggings on me. I'm like, okay, so for the men it doesn't work. For women, Lily puts them on. They look good, but maybe I'll leave those in there. The sports bra thing got kind of fucked up. Like they misprinted it. I got to get money back on that and then get rid of it. There's one jacket that's very nice, the one I was wearing, but I don't know if the misprint is still on it because I said live your legacy, but it says live you legacy. The guy who made it was from China, so obviously English is not his first language, so he put live you legacy. And I forgot that he did that and I ordered a new one. And I don't know why, but I was so sure that these designs were good for weeks and months. And all of a sudden I see, while I'm sitting at work looking at my water bottle and the sticker on there, I'm like, there's a misprint. And I look and most of the stuff has been misprinted. So the live your legacy ones I might just pull for now and then go back and redesign them and then just launch everything Mystic. Um, maybe some t-shirts with you can't fuck this up, balls to the wall, whatever, things like that. But for now, the hats will be available and stuff like that. This week I should plan to launch that. I've been doing my imaginal act about having a very successful business involving a close friend. Days later, he texts me, "Yo, we have to start hustling together." Like, wow, the bridge is instant. Yeah, Bart, the bridge is literally instant. It's crazy how fast it goes, but it's just like releasing that instant. It's like releasing it. It's okay to have a big ass. Nobody ever wrote a song about flat buns. I used to be ashamed when I was young and I was starting out bodybuilding. I'm like, why does it stick out so much? Oh, it feels like feminine. But then I realized women like asses, and I never realized that. I'm like, oh, okay. I've always had big ass legs too. Not the biggest, but like pretty big quads. Calves are shit. Not, don't mean that anymore. I don't identify with that. Damn, we actually made it almost to an hour. And there's peace sales and text man anything going on over there, so we good, we good. I think sometimes these do work out better without a plan of what we're going to talk about. We just kind of go with the flow. This flavored cigar is like leaking some brown shit all over me though. Yeah. Have to save that last little bit of coffee. The outdoor ones. What's the outdoor ones, Courtney? Hats or shirts or you see more? Oh, the outdoor lives. I see more loose. Yeah, it's actually very not loose. It's me. It's me coping with the fact I get uneasy when people are watching me live and in person. If I'm doing stand up, it didn't bother me. If I'm doing like a speech or a seminar or a live stream, it doesn't bother me. But it's like in person, people who don't know what the subject is, I feel judged, but I also don't give a fuck either. So in not giving a fuck or trying to not give a fuck, I over not give a fuck. Have you ever involved someone else? Have you ever have you ever involved someone else in imagining your desired outcome? Like it's like two of you imagining together. Yeah, Bart, I've done that before too. Back in my early days when I first met Lily 3 years ago, I wasn't even coaching or nothing. Eli might remember this. I don't know if I talked to him about it, but he was around during my Reddit days, and like during Reddit, I remember there was this one girl. Me and her used to talk, and I wasn't even manifesting Lily back then either. It was someone else, and we changed each other's names in our phone to our SP's names, and we would text. And then, like, if one of us made a mistake, the other one would correct it. I felt that was too much work. I says potential. It didn't work. What worked was Race Car telling me she'd be back in 1 year, leave the other dude, whatever, and me just accepting that as a fact and going about living my life in the best way possible until it arrived. That's what worked best in that situation. But yes, I also like when you're a client of mine, or even some people who come through the chats, if they pop up in my mind throughout the day, I will imagine on their behalf. But I do believe at the end of the day, it is you who does it. Like Neville said, somebody asks him to imagine for them, he'll imagine it, he'll feel it done, he'll feel it real, and he'll expect it. And then in his world, he's probably going to experience it. But then maybe in your, like, here's where it gets like close. I may never hear from you again after like doing that, or you might come back like seconds later, minutes later. Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Because you've imagined, like, there's nothing special about me to do it for you guys. It's I've literally done the same thing as you. Have struggled in the same spots. The perk of me being a coach or making the videos is I can identify things that you can't maybe yet. But the point is, you will be able to do it in the end, or you're so close to the situation you can't see how you're messing up. That's where manifesting partner comes in. I guess the closest I would be throughout this journey would have been with Inked, where we've been there. Like, I made the channel, things were going good in my life. She's like convincing me to stay around and stay around, but then I would start helping her with her journey and stuff like that. And then, like, when I started hitting bumps on mine, she was identifying things I couldn't see. And then, like, imagining, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna imagine this will happen for you." And I'm like, "I would imagine this is gonna happen for you." And we would do the little visualizations for each other and stuff. Um, and we would do the little visualizations and things like that. But I would say it was 50-50. Inked, what do you say? Like, what's your thing on that? I'm getting messages from what's going on over there. But Inked, what is your take on that? We'll worry about 50-50 or more or less on that, imagining for each other. Race car, if you're here too, let me know. Hold on, guys. All right, what am I missing? Definitely 50-50. Yeah, so that's the take on it, Bart. It's like it's about 50-50 when working with someone else, because the benefit of it is, okay, let's say Ink's manifesting for me and oh no, the coffee. It all worked out in my favor. It didn't spill. Ink's manifesting on my behalf. I decide, okay, Ink is so powerful in this and everything works out because she's already done it, and I detach and I don't think about it anymore, and I just assume it's done because someone has just worked magic on it. It would probably happen. If I'm not really feeling that good about it and like just kind of in a desperate state, hoping that her manifestation will bring it in for me, maybe it happens, but usually no. Inked, if you agree with me, let me know. We'll be wrapping up soon too. We'll find out Ink's answer to this question, then we'll start wrapping it up. Not a spectacular live, but I will say it all worked out in our favor. There, at least we got to go live, and whoever needed to hear a message got to hear a message. Whatever questions needed to be answered got answered. Yeah, it's about detaching. You can manifest, but sometimes tricking the brain just makes it feel easier. Exactly. And yep, I agree with that. Oh, wait, hold on. So my close friend, future business partner, is not waking up to the truth and the law, and man has been asking a lot, or he is waking up and he's been asking a lot of questions. Can you relate? Yeah, Bart, I can relate to that too. I mean, a lot of people in my world, it's like I never thought I would tell Lily about it, manifesting, but I did, and then she's had results from it. My mom has always been interested, and she's always told me positive, like law of assumption things, and she's been pretty good with things, miracles and good things happening in her life. But there's some things that she's blocked up on. So we're going to help break her through those barriers and stuff like that. I mean, my dad has had success with it before too. He acknowledges it, but like now he's a little bit more interested. My brother's asking questions about it too. So a lot of people in my reality now are more interested in it now. They're seeing that, okay, this channel, the people succeeding, me succeeding. Like, who am I? Just some fucking kid from the south side of Chicago who was all heartbroken and shit and had no other place to turn but the law, and then realized that the law works, and then started reflecting on other areas of my life where I used it, then choosing areas to deliberately deploy it, and it worked there. And now it's like building something new, and it's like having faith that that's going to work out. And people are like, oh, wow, well, hold on, there's something to this, because this man's abundant as fuck in all aspects of life. But yeah, I think that's about where we are. I'll finish this up in a little meditation, then probably head back and see how things are going over there. I'm now realizing how many famous people use the law. Exactly, Courtney. Yeah, they all use it, and it's like, it's just like, it's like properly deploying your prayers. It's like everybody is religious in some degree to their own religion, and it's like, I think as long as you believe in something, and it's like, and you've got that little bit of a faith, even if it's just a law, like you're not associated with any religion or anything, but you have a belief that good can happen and miracles can happen, you're good. Like, it's going to take off. It's like the only people I feel are really hopeless are the ones who don't believe in anything and they're extremely pessimistic. Those are the people who probably won't achieve anything, and then unless they're just doing hard work and they have the faith to the hard work working, and then they'll have success. Detaching for me is the toughest part. What was your number one thing to detach successfully? Honestly, the last go around was like, I was just tired. I was tired of the affirmations. I was tired of affirming. I was tired of visualizing. I was tired of, okay, we'll start back at square one. Because the one thing I realized, you will get infinite chances at everything you want. And it's like, you get all these chances, but it's like, I don't want to keep doing this again and again. I'm like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's like, I'm just choosing me at this point. I want to just have a good life. And it was just me choosing that and realizing that SP was not the most important thing in my life. Or it's like the acting thing wasn't the most important. And then all of a sudden I started running into more people wanting to make stuff and talk to me about doing things. And it was like, even here, it's like, oh, I don't know, maybe I won't be one of these huge channels. And it's like, granted, I'm not yet, but I do see myself as that, and treat you guys as if you're a bigger audience and give the most I can to the bigger audience and stuff like that, which is you guys. So um, detaching is hard. There is a degree that I also feel like you never fully detach, but that's okay. It's just being able to relax enough to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense. Couldn't even think about detaching until my self-concept got better. It's really 100% self-concept. Yeah, Courtney, I believe that too. It's like the more you, it's like basically what I was just saying there is like, if when I chose me, it got a lot easier. But you don't need it, you want it. It's like Nick says, when you get tired and you just let go, it comes so fast. Yeah, it's like because you trust, and it's like trusting the work that you've done has been enough. It's like, how many more times are you going to do the effort, like, what, not the affirmation, but yeah, affirmations, the visualizations, the techniques? How many more times are you going to do them before you allow yourself to believe them? Otherwise, it's all just vain repetition. But once you start to believe it, you can just be relaxed and cool with whatever comes along. But I think with that, we'll start wrapping it up, guys. I'm gonna finish this off, have a little quick meditation, and then head out. Ugh, scoot my ass all the way up this thing so I can see closer. Inked 100%. I think you have to get exhausted from the anxiety and then just drop it naturally. Yeah, exactly. And it's like using that exhaustion to your advantage, taking a circumstance and making it a circumstance of you. There you go. I knew I was going to go somewhere with that. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I love you very much. I'm going to say what I say every week. I'm going to go live again, and eventually that affirmation is going to stick, and we're going to go live again this week. I got to work a double tomorrow, so maybe we'll slip one in while I'm at work. I don't know. We'll figure that out as we go. But I do have a client tomorrow too, so I got to take care of that as well. But maybe we'll do one tomorrow, later on this week. I got kind of a busy week ahead of me, but we'll find time to slip another one in, guys. God bless you, beautiful souls. There's always motion. Much love from across the ocean. Exactly, brother. There, much love right back to you. God bless you too. and there is always there is always movement. It's always working out in your favor. Love the work in these lives. Thank you, Courtney. Love you too, Queen. I love all of you guys, and I hope to see you. I will see you next Monday for sure. Possibly later on this week, and who knows? Maybe we do a TikTok takeover. Mystics go there, and we like start to include the brothers and sisters of the Mystic Manifesting family on TikTok because like it's not much cross-platform on there. We have about the same amount of people there, so we'll go from there too. But anyway, we'll figure it out as we go along, guys. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. How do I turn it off? There we go.